Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Miami Beat, your source for all things entertainment, where we bring you the pulse of Miami's vibrant music and cultural scene. From the salty rhythms of salsa and merengue to the energetic beats of popular music, we've got it all covered. Join us as we take you on a journey through the city's hottest clubs, festivals, events, and introduce you to the talented artists and performers who make Miami the cultural capital of the South. So sit back and relax with the Miami Beat. Now, here's your host, Rene Guim.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another session of Miami Beat, our weekly entertainment program brought to you right here from CNN Studios in South Miami. Once again, we want to thank everybody for going into our website and seeing our videos for the past few weeks. It's been really exciting, and it's been really great to see all the persons that have viewed our show. Today we have a great show. I have a great guest that I think we're going to enjoy. And this time I'd like to introduce our guest for this week, Jae Mazor. Welcome, Jae.
Hey, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about you. I mean, you're a local guy. You were born here in Miami. And tell us where you were born and about your heritage, please.
I was born and raised in Miami, Florida. My parents are Haitian and Dominican descent. And my mother's a singer. She's a vocalist. Father is a vocalist and a guitar player. And growing up here, I mean, I would say it was pretty good. I wouldn't say it was too tough. It was rough. We had rough patches like any other person, but at the same time, it's what made me who I am today. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, born and raised in Miami, been doing this, just traveled all over the world, doing my music independently. You know, there's been a lot of offers, you know, on the table, but I just felt like, you know, we just keep building the value before we really lock something in. You know?
So music is in your DNA.
Yeah.
You can come from a great family of musicians, singers,
Right.
entertainers. And
Right.
When did you start singing? When did you decide that this was going to be what you wanted to do as a career?
Honestly, I think I was in elementary school when I noticed that I knew this is what I wanted to do. I just didn't know how I was going to go about it. I'm like, look at all these people singing, but my main focus is when I discovered a home video of my mom and my dad. They was in a recording studio. And, you know, growing up, you know, it was domestic violence in the house, but seeing them two together in the studio, I think that was like the happiest I seen my parents. And that's when I'm like, hey, music can make them smile like this. And that's when I know, like, I want to do music, you know, because I want to see if I could be able to have the effect on other people as well, you know. They just let me know how powerful it is.
Where'd you go to school?
Miami Central, elementary, Westview Elementary, then Westview Middle, then I went to Miami Central Senior High.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So you're truly a local boy. I mean, you were born here, you grew up here, you went to school here.
Yeah, I was in a marching band.
And you were in a marching band?
Yeah.
What you doing in the marching band?
I played the drums.
You played the drums?
Yeah, we did. I was the percussionist, so we played the snare, the bass drum, the tenors, the quads, everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's a great platform for you to start get into your music career, and then after that you started singing. But you're not only a singer; you're also a composer. You write music, and
write music.
You know, you've got some great tunes out there already, and all the digital platforms. Tell me about that. How did you get into that?
Like, cause I guess when people listen to my music and they was like, Jay, can you write something for me? I'm like, I never written for anyone really. I usually just write myself, or sometime I'll have instrumentals I'm listening to, and my younger brother, I'm like, hey, listen, what do you think of this? And he was like, oh, you know, sometimes my brother helped me write, you know, cause I'm like, you know, hey, great minds, you know, we put two brains together, that's making an amazing record. You get what I'm saying? So over time, that's when people start sending me stuff. I'm like, you know, I could write something for you, and I see that I've been giving people some good records. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm good at this as well. This could be another side thing that I do as far as composing songs for other artists. You know?
Tell me about your style of music, because you sent me some information about you, and they say that you sing R&B, trap. You're also into freestyle now.
Right.
So tell me about the type of music that you really like to sing and perform.
Music that's pretty much got me started was R&B, because Boyz II Men was like that group. I always thought I was gonna be in a boy band, like a boy group, harmonies and stuff like that. Because growing up to Boyz II Men, 112, Brian McKnight, people like that, and I always said that's what I want to do. But I never had any group of guys who kind of see the same vision. You know, I had my older brother. He was a singer as well, but he was like, hey, I got kids. I can't do this music stuff. And I was like, okay. You know, years later, I had a kid, but I'm still doing this music stuff. I'm like, I guess, you know, we just more passionate about it. You get what I'm saying? But I started off with R&B because it's like the love songs, you know, you know, the bedroom music, then, you know, stuff that can make people feel again. Because I feel like, not knocking any songs now, I got a lot of amazing songs out now, but I felt like where there was more emotional, like you could see it in their face, like you feel their pain. You can get when they want someone or they losing someone. Yeah. You know, so I was like, man, like R&B is everything. But that's when I like freestyle. It was a gentleman, like he passed away, God rest his soul. It was a gentleman who I was familiar with because he saw I was doing a lot of local events in Miami. And he's like, man, your voice is amazing. Your voice is amazing. I'm like, yeah. He said, man, I say, are you looking to manage anyone? Because he was working with Johnny O. Oh, wow. And everyone knows Johnny O. Matter of fact, he was Johnny O's personal trainer. So, and I seen like he was on the move a lot. And I'm like, man, like, you're real connected with this. I say, are you looking to manage any other artists? Because I got a lot going on. I need someone to kind of structure it a bit because I don't want to wear too many hats. Then he was like, oh no, I'm too busy. I'm like, you know what, yeah, I see you with Johnny O, y'all all over the city, all the US. I'm like, you know what, whatever, let me keep doing what I'm doing. And I started building momentum. And he eventually he started coming like, hey, listen, you ready for a manager? I said, no, I don't need a manager anymore. I said, I got this. I got this fan base. We done grew this fan base. Like, I'm excited. And he was like, no, listen, why don't you try to incorporate your R&B with freestyle? I'm like, what is freestyle? And he was like, this. He played it. And I'm like, oh, party music? I say, on Power 96, DJ Laz. Like, he used to play this. He was like, it's not called party music, it's called freestyle music. Freestyle, that's right. I say, okay. I say, I could do this. You know, then we did one song, but it was just like a test. It was called Anymore. We did one song. And then he said, I'm going to just put it out, Jay. I was like, no, I don't work like that. We got to do distribution. Let's do this. He's like, no. I just want the community of the people to see what you about to do. And I said, you know, okay, you know how this works in this particular genre, so go for it. And we put out like a 45-second clip of it, and people, it was, I can't even explain, I can't even compare it to how everything just can't, it was like a magnetic pull. They put it out and everything just boom.
Came together.
Yeah, everyone's like, who are you? They start going crazy. And it was like, Jae Mazor, who? I'm like, whoa, I say, this is freestyle music? And I started listening to it, I'm like, they love this, you know, like, and I'm seeing the response of the people, the comments, the shares in the streams, and that's when it kind of like, okay, let me step outside the box a little bit. Let me not keep sticking to R&B. Sure. So that's when I say, give me more of this freestyle music, and I could do some more. Right. So that's when we connected with a producer in Germany. His name is Tanasi. Shouts out to Tanasi out there.
So you're taking your music all the way from Miami, born and raised in Miami, and then all of a sudden you end up in Germany. Yeah. Wow, what a drastic change.
Yeah, I was not expecting it. And we did everything digitally. And Tanasi, like, I love your voice. I want to work with you. I'm looking to work with the artist, like, and just like take it there. I'm like, okay, like, let's see it. It wouldn't hurt. He said, can we do a project? I'm like, let's do a project, you know? And then he emailed me everything, and I started writing. Then I told my brother, listen, this is what I'm doing. And my brother was kind of skeptical. He was like, okay, I'll help you write to it too. So me and my brother in the room, we brainstormed, we write into every single record that he sent to us. And then once we started recording everything and we started putting it out there, it's like the way the people responded to it was ridiculous, you know? And all of a sudden they call me the Prince of Freestyle. You're the Prince of Freestyle. You're the Prince of Freestyle.
So you're the Prince of Freestyle in Miami now?
Period. Yeah, the Prince of Freestyle. It don't matter from Texas, Miami, Los Angeles, New York. They said when they hear Prince of Freestyle, you were in Atlanta. Yeah, I'm in Atlanta. Right? Yeah. So when they hear Prince of Freestyle, they like, oh, it's that black guy, Jae Mazor.
It's Jae Mazor. Yeah, there you go.
You know, so it's been
a wonderful title to have coined by.
Right.
That's
right. And so when I have certain events that I attend. So when I see people like Johnny O say the Prince of Freestyle, and he say, man, I love your voice. He said, I'm a big fan. I say, these people, all these 10,000 people go crazy over you, and you're a fan of me. And he was like, yes, man, your voice is so strong, man. And then I run into Stevie B. And they consider Johnny O, Stevie B like one of the kings of freestyle. So when I run to Stevie B and he came, Jae Mazor. I was like, huh? I was like, okay. Like, and I started doing my homework more because a lot of the artists, I didn't know who was the big artist in freestyle because I'm used to R&B, hip hop, and things like that. Right. So when I started doing my homework, then I ran into Lisa. And I was like, whoa. And she came to, she said, this young guy here, you're going to take over our genre. We're going to pass you the baton because you're just what freestyle needed. You're going to revive freestyle. I said, y'all giving me that responsibility? It's like, yes, because your voice is too strong. Like, you're very soulful. I said, yeah, I need people to feel again, you know? So when I started incorporating that emotional feel to the dance music, everyone just started Jae Mazor, the fan base started growing. Like, it almost felt overnight, but it definitely wasn't, because I've been putting in work 10 plus years independently. But just seeing
I'm going to take you back a little bit. And tell me how it felt to be the very first time that you performed publicly on a stage. What was that like?
Scary. It was definitely scary for all the new artists who's coming up. Like, you have to break out of that. But I think what made me more comfortable is seeing how...
Do you recall what that performance was?
Yeah, it was... you remember, what was that place in... that we performed at? Sandals. It was a place called Sandals. It was like in a little Haiti area. There was a couple local promoters who was always doing like open mics. Right. And Sandals was one of the first places I performed, and I was always like, oh man, like I was too big, or maybe they're not gonna really like how I sing, because my older brother was a singer. Everyone used to always compliment him, and it was like, oh no, that fat kid, he don't know how to sing, you know, like, and I used to be like, okay, let me keep practicing, you know? And then we performed at Sandals, and my brother one night said, he can't make it, you have to sing by yourself. And I was like, I don't know how to sing by myself. Like, I'm used to like you being on stage with me, so it kind of make me less nervous. And he like, man, you just gotta sing by yourself. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me just do it. And when I sang and I seen how the women responded to me, I was like, let me keep doing this. Let me keep doing this. And I started growing. Like, over time, I started growing, started getting better with time. And now it's like I can get in front of 10,000 people and I will go ahead and rock the house. Well,
I would like to, at this time, share with the audience one of your great tunes so they can see the true quality of your voice and how you perform. Andre, would you please play All Through the Night for us, please?
Phenomenal tune. Was that one of your very first recordings? No, not even. One of my first recordings was Anymore and Tell Me You Love Me. That was one of them. And
those were the first ones, yeah.
And Born to Love. Those was one of the first. All Through the Night was like probably like last year, you know. But yeah, a lot of people gravitate towards that song as well.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal song. But
thank you.
One of the things that is really interesting about your career, and one of the things that I'm really impressed with, is your ability to, you're a complete, not only are you're a complete artist, but you're a complete marketing team. You do everything. You upload your music, you get it on all the digital platforms, you handle all your social media.
Right.
Tell us about it. How did you get into that?
Well, it started off because we had teamed up with a video team at first. It was a camera crew. They said, hey guys, we want to work with you and we'll just do all your videos. And when they seen the talent that I had and my younger brother had, they was like, listen, we just decided we're going to do a marketing company, but we're going to focus solely on you guys. But over time, while they doing trial and errors, we're doing from YouTube ads and Instagram ads, Facebook ads, we started learning all the marketing, the Google crawling, and how to get your online presence together. And I was just like, I was always intrigued by it. I'm like, man, I want to learn how to really put it's like putting a product in the face of the audience. So I started learning all the lingos, and I seen what was what. And over time, I just like, hey, what does this do? And what does that do? And what does that do? And then I started doing a lot of research on my own. I'm like, man, there's a lot of stuff like, I found out that that's like the heartbeat to music, to be able to get it out there. It's like, you could have 1,000 songs, but if you don't have a marketing campaign, it's not going to go anywhere. No one's going to hear it.
Well, the music industry has changed drastically over the course of the last just even 4 or 5 years.
Right.
And even prior to that, when everything went from CDs to digital, and now everything's on digital platforms. So how did that affect you when you first started? Did you first start doing CDs and distributing them and trying to get them in the hands of everybody to see if they would play them?
Every show, I had a stack of CDs. I was going from store to store, going to the flea market. We going to the gas station, posting up flyers. And I honestly feel like when things went digital, it made artists a bit lazy, but it was way more efficient because the marketing campaign is what kind of just put it in their faces instead of having to actually do the footwork and things like that. So the digital thing was kind of like a plus when you think about it, but I feel like it just took the essence out of like physically you're burning the CDs and you're writing with the marker. Cause we used to put on the marker, put it in the plastic sleeve, walking up to the radio stations, the DJs, and hey, listen to my music and things like that.
And autographing them for the audience.
Yeah, creating inserts. Like we used to do the whole process, you know. So I think that's what it just made you appreciate it more as an artist. Like, man, it was really hard work, but now everything's digital. It makes it way much easier. As long as you got a right marketing campaign or you even have the right influencer to back you, like you can be able to take off because it's like it depends. That one song is pretty much like hitting the lottery.
Sure,
you know?
Absolutely. I want to share with the audience another song that you did. When did you record this? I Was Born to Love You. How long?
Born to Love. That was literally shortly. That was probably maybe my third or fourth song that I recorded, and I recorded that a little bit after Tell Me You Love Me, and I released that by myself because the gentleman in Tennessee in Germany, he gave me the record and he was like, Jay, I want you to do this. He said, but do you want to put it out as your own thing, your own single? I said, absolutely, because I think with my marketing strategy, I can do way more bigger things with it, which it got thousands and thousands, over 20, 30, 40,000 streams just on YouTube alone. So I put that out there and people they ate that song up so much. And even the recording process, I pretty much cried in the studio when I recorded it because a lot of things I experienced a lot of things that I was singing about. And at the same time, again, I want people to feel, you know, when they listen to my music. So like a lot of people who hear Born to Love, they either cry, like people who meet me from New York and Philly, when they meet me in person, they literally start bursting in tears. And sometimes I question it, like, why? You know, and they say, man, you changed my life. Like people saying I brought him back from a coma. My song brought him back from a coma, you know, and like they're in ICU and then nurses playing it throughout the whole hospital. And I'm like, man, like it does my heart good to know my music could give you that effect. I'm talking about people who's leading platoons in the Army saying, yo, your music got me through this particular time that I was in the service. And I'm like, really?
Those are amazing stories.
Yeah.
You know, I had the pleasure of meeting you about, what was it, 3 or 4 months ago?
Yeah.
We were in another recording studio
right.
and one of the things that truly impressed me about you, Jay, was the fact that when they asked you to sing live,
right.
I think you sang a cappella on the show.
Yeah.
And one of the things that was so impressive was that you had everybody in the studio singing with you.
Right.
They were singing along with you. They were singing your song.
Right.
They knew it, and
Right.
then it just motivated them to do that.
Right,
so you bring out some of the great things in the audience that when the audience hears your songs, you bring out these great feelings from them, and I can understand what you're saying about all of these situations that have happened before.
Right, because it's like when I walk into a room, I feel like I step in with an aura, like I'm a positive person. You know, no one's perfect, and you know, no one's perfect. We all have our flaws, but I always try to bring good energy, and I'm the type of person, like I want people to feel good. I want people to leave with a positive thought in their mind when they walk out the room with me, or just like, hopefully, like if you had a bad day or meeting Jae Mazor, it kind of just, my day became better. You know, because we already know this world is already messed up. I want to be one less person to make it, messed up like that. So I always try to bring good energy in everything I do and everything I touch.
So this next song that I'm going to ask Andre to play for us is called "I Was Born to Love You." And how did you compose that? What came out of that? So what made you bring that out and write it? What came into your mind?
My writing process is that when someone sends me a production, I feel like the beat sings to me. The beat tell me, Jay, this is what you're going to sing on here. Like, I don't write it first and then listen to a beat and mesh it. I listen to the beat and I'm starting like, I said, I feel like this is what it's telling me to do. I need to say this, and this is how I need to sing it. This is how I need to do it. And that's when I started. We went ahead, did the writing to it, got in the studio maybe late the very next day. It probably took me maybe an hour to compose that. Got in the studio the very next day with my engineer Troy Murray, and we started going in. We started doing our thing, but I felt it at the same time because we know we're born to love. We're not born to hate or be able to do all this crazy stuff's going on in the world, the killings and stuff. So I'm like, man, listen, man, even relationships, man, we're born to love originally.
That's absolutely right. Andre, would you cue up I Was Born to Love You, please, so that the audience can enjoy it?
Yeah, it's a vibe here.
Yeah. Jae Mazor. Tanasi on the beat. Yeah, take a look in my eyes. Tell me what it is you see. Can you picture the love that I have inside? And I hope for you and me. Oh, I had a feeling from the first time you looked at me. And maybe we could be forever, staying together till the end, baby, you and me. I was born to love you. I was destined to be with you. That's why I'm still here. That's why I'm still here.
I really love that song.
Thank you.
When I first heard about you, and I went online and started looking up all your music, and this is one of the ones that really, truly, I felt inspiration to be able to listen to it. Right. So I listened to it over and over and over again. And was like, wow, what a great song!
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
It's a great song.
Thank
so
you.
you have a lot of things going on in your career right now. You're extremely active.
Right.
Tell me about what are you doing? I mean, you've been traveling all throughout the country, and you have a lot of stuff planned for the future. You have some concerts.
Yeah.
Let's tell the audience about what you've been doing and what you're planning on doing.
Yeah, right now we got a lot of concerts lined up. June 24th is a concert I put together with two other investors within that city in Orlando, Florida. So they're like, Jay, we got to put something together. Let's put a concert and everything like that. So June 24th at the Abbey is going to be in downtown Orlando. We got tickets on sale now on ticketleap.com. We're going to be performing. I end up bringing out a few other artists, friends that I have. It's like, hey, let's book him. We're going to get their flight. We're going to get their hotel. We're going to come together and we're going to do one big old concert. So June 24th, again, that's Orlando, Florida at the Abbey. And then July 9th, I'll be in Wildwood, New Jersey. So we're going to be with DJ Slice and alongside Coro, Johnny O, Deneen, a few K7 from TKA. So I'm gonna be alongside with them, and we're gonna be performing out there as well. But we got a lot of shows coming up. I plan on doing a lot of my own personal concerts because as an independent artist, you want to be able to be hands-on and know the whole process, the whole production side.
Please tell me that you're going to be planning to do some concerts and some performances here in
Miami,
South Florida.
This
please.
is my home. I'm definitely going to do something right here. Like there's a lot of.
When do you plan to do that?
That I'm doing it before the year is over. That's for sure. Because we have a few other cities from Connecticut, New York, Philly. They're like in Chicago. They're like begging, like, Jay, come out here. I'm like, you know what? Let me get you guys out the way, and then from there, we're gonna bring it on home. Before the year is over.
Perfect. Yeah. We definitely would love to have you back on the show.
Absolutely.
Tell us about all your upcoming concert dates and the locations, etc. Because I'm sure the audience is going to want to join you and buy the tickets and be there for that performance.
Yeah, the support is tremendous out there.
What you just came back from Atlanta? I mean, you called me from Atlanta. Right. Were you up there performing? Were you recording? Or?
No, we was out there just building, as far as marketing, just building a relationship with a few people out there from radio station, DJs, and things like that. So it's like, I'm actually just trying to touch the ground to see, okay, are you guys familiar with freestyle music? Because I went to a lot of skating rinks in Atlanta, just like I literally do a lot of footwork. So we're going to the skating rinks, and I noticed that the skating rink has a major community, and they love freestyle music. But as well as that, I do R&B, so I know there's a lot of people out there.
Is that regular skating or ice skating?
No, regular skating.
Regular
roller
skating.
Yeah. Roller skate, the quads as the blades, and My song is playing at almost every single rink right now in Atlanta, in Georgia, period. If there's a skating rink, all the DJs who's in the skating rink are playing my song right now. So I'll stay in the back and kind of watch the crowd, and everyone's pulling out their phone to Shazam. They're trying to say, "Oh, who is this?" And I'll just be sitting there, "Okay, yeah, I like that. All right, good," you know. But they respond very well to it. So when I go in the skating rinks, they say, "Oh, can I get an autograph? Can I get a picture? Can I get this?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay." You know?
Does the audience recognize you when you're coming to these skating rings or locations and all that?
Before they would just skating. Now when they walk in, "Oh, it's Jae Mazor." You know, so now it's like a lot of people pull out their phone, they want to take pictures. I'm like, let's go. And they say, "Oh, you should skate." I don't know how to skate, but I got music that could, make y'all skate.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But yeah. Well, right now, we've been out there just trying to touch the people out there to try to expand the brand,
So have you done that type of promotional work here in the South Florida area as well? Do you go around to skating rings and clubs?
Yeah, Miami, that's what I started off. Like, I feel like I got to practice out here because I was almost at every club with my brother. We was almost every day. It don't matter if it was a Monday. We was in every single club. We'd come with a book bag full of flyers, CDs, everything. So it started off out here, and then we just kind of took everything we learned out here and just started expanding it from New York to Philly and all things like that. Just try to build the name and build the brand,
That's phenomenal. Tell me about your little brother. I know he's here in the studio with us, but he's not ready to come on camera right now because he didn't know that. I didn't know that he was going to be joining you today. But tell me about your little brother. Tell me his name and.
Yeah, 'cause I mention him a lot, huh?
Yeah, you do. Cause he seems to be a sensational artist as well.
Yeah, my little brother. He's more than my little brother. He's my friend. He's my right hand. He's a little bit of everything, you know what I'm saying? And like we've been through a lot together, from when we lost our mom and everything, and we hold each other down mentally, we hold each other down physically. And he's a hip hop artist. His name is Ripper the Kid. That's RIPPADAKID. And you listen to his music, man, his wordplay is ridiculous, and people are familiar with who he is as well, from Miami to Atlanta to New York. So they say, "Oh, you Ripper the Kid. Oh, I know you. I love this song. I love this. I love that." So, and like he has a lot of inspirational music, and he's not just like an average, he's rapping about street drugs and stuff like that. Like he has conscious music too that can make you think, So like Ripper the Kid, that's someone y'all should definitely follow as well. That's my younger brother. That's not my step brother. No, that's my blood brother.
Blood, yeah.
In the same household, same mother, same father, everything.
So you're going to keep that legacy going, between you and your younger brother. You're going to keep that musical legacy going throughout South Florida.
And we pass it on.
Is your younger brother performing right now in South Florida as well?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And a majority of the time, and because of certain songs he helped me write. So if I'm like, for example, the song that I'm gonna be doing, the concert we got on the 24th, he's gonna be there. I'm like, he's gonna be like, and he's humble with it because he's a rapper, but he's gonna be like, "Yeah, but I'm my brother's hype man. So I'm going to back him up on stage." You know what I'm saying? Just like if he was rapping, they know me, "Oh, he's a singer, but listen, I'm a Ripper's. I'm his hype man. I'm back him up on stage." So if he's losing breath, I'm going to help him catch it so he can catch his breath back to say the next line. You get me? So we just pretty much sharpen each other.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, Jay, it's been truly a pleasure having you here on our show today.
Hey, I appreciate you having me. I'm grateful.
It's phenomenal. Please tell the audience how they can listen to your music, of all the digital platforms, your website, everything, so they can follow you, because your music is really phenomenal.
You can find me literally. You go on Google and just Google Jae Mazor. That's JaeMazor, or you can literally just go on my website, jaemazormusic.com. Again, that's jaemazormusic.com, and I'm on all streaming platforms you can think about, from Pandora, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Tidal Music. You tell Alexa, play Jae Mazor. Everything's going to pop up.
It'll be there.
Everything will be there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. It's been really a great pleasure having Jay here on the show with us today. Just want to give you a brief update on what we got coming up. We have some phenomenal shows coming up. I have the pleasure of having DJ Alex Gutierrez, who's a very known commodity here in the South Florida area as far as music is concerned, and Dr. Ed Kaye, who you will really, truly enjoy.
That's my professor from school.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. Ed is phenomenal. He's going to be on our show in a couple of weeks.
Winner. Yeah,
Dr. Ed Kaye. So now I'd like to ask Andre to close the show with this phenomenal song that Jay has recorded that has really been, it hit all the platforms and it's had a tremendous success.
It was number one on the dance charts.
Please close the show now with "Tell Me You Love Me" by Jae Mazor.
can see it in your eyes. But you never say, never give it away. When I ask what's on your mind, and every time I hold you close, I can feel it when you're near. You got so many things to say, but not the words I long to hear. Tell me you love me, tell me you love me, tell me you love me. Yeah, tell me you love me, tell me you love me. Say that you love me. Oh, tell me you love me, tell me you love me, tell me you love me. Tell me